What's up, everybody? Welcome back, and I just want to go through this special episode with you where I'm going to show you all the shiny Pokemon that I currently have. So this is my shiny Pokedex in Pokemon Go. As you can see, I've got your regular Community Day Pokemon. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about them, but here's your Bulbasaur line, your Squirtle line. I do have a Charizard. Now, I know I said my wife and I were busy for Community Day and we never got shiny Charmanders. I got this one in a trade, so it doesn't count. My wife and I are still working on it. Now, if you see any with the name Trophy or Trade like these Squirtles are, that's just because they're horrible, like horrible IVs. So they're not really anything important. But then again, most of my shinies do have horrible IVs. Let me know in the comments if you ever get shinies that have good IVs. But this is Lotad. I just caught him randomly. Ekans, I got this one randomly one day, but this one I got the Ekans during the team. There's like a Team Rocket thing where they had like a whole Team Rocket thing where Coughings and Ekans and Meowths were spawning everywhere with chances to be shiny. I want to say it was when shiny Ekans first came into the game. Pikachu, Raichu, caught this one in the wild, caught that one in the wild, but I've hatched 2 Pichus that were shiny. Actually, I think I've hatched 3 and I traded one to somebody. This Alolan Diglett caught in the wild one day. This one I caught November of last year. I almost want to say there was an event, but I'm not 100% sure. And then we have Growlithe. I caught this one in the wild. Now, one thing you'll see is, like, whenever I get a Pokemon shiny, like, for instance, Meowth, as an example, I won't evolve it until I get a second one, and then I can evolve one. Then I can evolve one all the way to Persian and have the other one remaining as Meowth. Growlithe, same thing. I got a second one, so I evolved it to Arcanine. Now, I'll show you later on what I do with 3 evolution Pokemon. Rapidash, or Bonita, I just caught in the wild one day. This one, I got this Gengar doing the raid day, and he's got some pretty decent stats, so I use him a lot in the Battle League. Now, this is the Onyx that I got the day before they did Onyx Spotlight Hour, so there you go. This is the Cubone that I got after the Cubone event, so now I've got a shiny Cubone, but no Marowak. Lickitung came from doing Raid Day, and since I only got one, I didn't evolve it. I didn't really care enough to get any special move, which I think was just Body Slam anyways, but my Lickitung has Body Slam, so I'm not too worried about it. Rhyhorn, this is Community Day. I got plenty of those. Pinsir, when they did an event, I want to say it was a Safari Zone somewhere in the world, and they released shiny Pinsir, and that weekend Pinsirs were spawning everywhere, so that's where I got this guy from. Tauros was during the regional exclusive event where like regionals were spawning a lot more in the wild, and I actually caught this one. I didn't hatch it, I caught him in the wild. This Gyarados, I got this during the red event. I was walking my wife in the Volusia Mall in Daytona Beach. My wife got the shiny Magikarp, and then the next day, same spot, I got the shiny Gyarados. Now this one, it was a Magikarp that I caught in a wild, April 25th, 2018. We randomly pulled into a parking spot, and there was a Magikarp, and I was like, let me check this, and boom, shiny. In fact, I'm even willing to bet this was probably the first shiny Pokemon I've ever gotten. That was not a Community Day event. This one I got during the Lapras Raid Day event. Eevees were during Community Day. You'll see more of those evolutions later. I have Jolteon, Flareon. I have all the evolutions, but I transferred them over to Pokemon Let's Go, and now they're in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Dratini, Dragonite, those were Community Day. Mewtwo, I actually got Mewtwo from doing a raid when they came out, I want to say last October. I got it on a second account that I have, so I transferred it over to my main account, just because, I mean, look at it, wouldn't you? Now, Chikoritas, Bayleaves, Meganium, Cyndaquil, Quilava, Typhlosion, Totodile, Feraligatr, missing one in there. But those are all Community Day Pokemon. Pichu, I hatched Pichu, and then I hatched Pichu with a hat on this past, like, it was the last day of the year last year, 12/31/2019. So that was officially my last hat, or my last shiny in 2019. This one was a Natu I randomly evolved by accident one day. I had a quest that said evolve like 10 Pokemon or something, and I typed in evolve in the search bar, and I was just scrolling through doing it, and I didn't realize that I had evolved one of my shinies, because it's hard to tell the shiny for him. Marie, that was Community Day. I had the same thing with this one. I didn't realize I accidentally evolved my Flaffy into Ampharos, and now I don't have a shiny Flaffy, but I will, you know, probably one day just evolve one of my Mareeps. Actually, while I'm at it, go ahead and take them over to, we'll go ahead and do that right now. Grab a screenshot of that. Gotta do it for the thumbnail, right? So there, now I have shiny Marie, Flaffy, and Ampharos. Now, Martian Manhunter here, that's the name, Martian Manhunter, and as you can tell, Nightwing and Raven. But these were from the Community Day event, and yes, I used the name to evolve them. I did not walk them, as I will when Sylveon comes out. Same thing, I'm going to do the name right off the bat. I already have shiny Eevee and a Flower Crown Eevee waiting for that. Now, Raven here, this was a Murkrow. My son actually got a shiny Murkrow, and then I got mine like 2 weeks later. Misdrevious, I caught this one. Yeah, I caught this one on a Community Day. Like, I wasn't even playing on it. It was something else, and I want to say it was like one of the last spawns of Community Day, and I was just like clicking all the other things, and I clicked this one by accident. This one was shiny, so there you go. Pineco, shiny, just randomly spawned somewhere. Snubble, actually I got Snubble the morning of a Community Day. I was running errands and trying to get everything done before Community Day started, and I just so happened to click on Snubble, and he was shiny, so there it is. Next we have my shiny Shuckle. I named him Blue Dream because I caught him on 420. Some of you guys are going to recognize that reference, but anyhow, it was at an Easter event. I took my son to an Easter event, and when he went to do the egg things, I had my phone out, and I pulled up the game while we were waiting, and boom, it spawned. And I want to say that was during the event with Singapore Safari Zone. I'm gonna guess. I want to say it was Singapore. Or maybe it was the Philippines. I don't remember. But either way, it was a Safari Zone, and they spawned all over the world. So Swinub, that's Makeup Community Day, regular Community Day, regular Community Day. This one I just caught in the random in the wild. It was at a restaurant we were at having dinner, and there you go. Pillow Swine came from Community Day, Makeup Community Day. This one I actually got 5 days before Christmas. This was the first time that they released Delibird in 2018 as being a shiny, and I didn't realize that I had got it. I clicked on it, I caught the shiny, and I wasn't paying attention. And then when I saw the next one was red, I was like, wait a second, Delibird's supposed to be red. The last one, I went back and looked at it, I was like, shit, didn't even realize it was purple. This one's Eiffel 65 because, you know, he's blue. So I caught that one in the wild just the other day. This is my most recent shiny, actually. Let's see, we got ourselves Entei. That came from a Entei raid day. Suicune raid day, Suicune raid day. Larvitar came from a Community Day. We went to Arden, North Carolina. So It was actually Fletcher, North Carolina, but it registers as Arden. But, yeah, so they had very beautiful scenery there, very, very beautiful day. It was the day before Father's Day, I think it was, and 2 days after my birthday, so we were on vacation. And, yeah, managed to get these beautiful Larvitars, Pupitars, Tyrannitars. This came out of a research. No, this was a raid. I believe I got this one from a raid. Yeah. This one, was it a raid? It might have been a research breakthrough, judging by the fact that it's in a Great Ball. I think it was a research breakthrough now. This was Community Day again. We're back to Community Days. All the Mudkips came from St. Augustine during Community Day. Now we got Lotad and Ludicolo. As I said before, if they're direct evolutions, I'll evolve them. But whenever it comes to something that I have 3 stages for, or that there's 3 stages for, I will always do the first evolution and then the last evolution. And if I get a 3rd one, I'll do the middle evolution. So if I get another shiny Lotad, I will evolve one to Lalambre. But until then, Lalambre is going to be the odd man out. Wingull was from a specific safari zone where they released shiny Wingull. I want to say it was like Korea or something. My wife and I actually caught this exact same one at the exact same time. It was a level 1 Wingull, but I evolved it for a quest, and I powered it up for a quest because it's cheaper to power up a CP10 Pokemon than a CP1000 Pokemon. Ralts was Community Day, as everybody knows. We got Ralts, Gardevoir, and Gallade, Slackoth, Slacking, Vigoroth. Aggron I got from a trade and made it into a Lucky, so I powered him up. He's actually got really good IVs. Let's see. Yeah, he's pretty good, so I use him quite a bit. Meditite I caught randomly. I was not driving, but I was driving. I pulled over to battle a gym, and while I was battling the gym, when I got done with the gym, it was there was a Meditite there, and I checked it, and boom, shiny. So I grabbed it, and my wife still doesn't have one, so it's always something to hold over her head, which is always a good thing. Plusle and Minun, there was a day that or a weekend that they first released shiny Plusle and Minun, and as you can see, I got plenty of them, so you know, there's plenty. I'm so sick of seeing them. By the time I got this one, I was on vacation in Gulfport, Mississippi on my anniversary, and this guy popped up, and I was just like, oh god, not again. But you know, you gotta catch every shiny. So Roselia, I see them all the time. I say Roselia. Does anybody say Roselia? I've heard that pronunciation. But I also have a Roserade, but I do not have a Badoo. This point came from that mystery spotlight hour or whatever, and then this one I got when they did the Year of the Pig and they first announced shiny Spoink. I got him then, and I just evolved him during that hour. But anyways, Trapinch from Community Day, got plenty of these. Vibrava, Flygon. Flygon is actually one of my favorite Pokemon in general. Not just my favorite Pokemon, but he's also one of my favorite shinies, because I mean, just look at him. Look how cool he looks. Like, he looks awesome. This one, I'm waiting to get another one to evolve it, but again, I just caught it randomly in the wild. This was during an event where they had Laleeps and Anoriths were shiny and they were spawning everywhere. I actually got this shiny Phoebus right here during a Clamperl event, but I did not get a shiny Clamperl. Castform, I want to say was Castform during the Clamperl event too, but either way, I don't know. You know, I think Castform and Lotad were together. They were like, the event was at the same time. But anyhow, so plenty of Castforms. I hatched this Absol walking my son to school from a 10-kilometer egg, and its IVs aren't too bad, but the downside is where they are. If I power him up one more time, he's going to be too big for Great League, so I'm stuck with a 1480. But, you know, make do with what you got. And I'll treat him nice either way. So, next we have a Wynot that I just randomly hatched one day. And let's see, we got more Community Day Pokemon coming up. We got Bagon, and of course you got to have one of them named Yoshi when they look like that. So there's that. Salamence, Beldum was Community Day. My wife got Reggie Ice. My son and I both got Reggie Steel as shiny. This was during that one special event where they had it where you could pay $8 to get Reggie Gigas. So we went ahead and did that. Figure why not? Oh, I forgot I have a quest for Power Pokemon. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time doing this. I just wanted to. He's got 6 candies, so I figured I'd like drop him in. Oh look, I'm a candy short. I'm not gonna spend rare candies on him. Now this one here was a research breakthrough. This one, my wife and I did our first ever Kyogre raid. In fact, it was one of our first ever legendary raids in general, and or tier 5 raids they're called. And when we took it out, everybody that was in the group around us was mad because they didn't get a shiny, and my wife and I both got the shiny. So there you go. Back to more Community Day Pokemon, and as you can see, I have a lot of Turtwig. Torterras, I don't know why I don't have Grotto, but I don't, so. Apparently I'm running too fast, so I guess not, considering I'm sitting down. But anyhow, there's Chimchar from Community Day with Infernape. Piplup, my wife and I were actually on vacation for this one. This was coming back from Gulfport, Mississippi, and what happened was we stopped at a rest stop and she started checking them, and I told her she was cheating because I was driving. So when I parked the car, I got out and started checking them. But we ended up going to a park in Fort Walton Beach. But when we were at the rest stop, like my third one that I shiny checked, I think it was, oh my, oh, it's freezing up. I think it was the third one that I shiny checked. That's weird, it's not registering the location. But anyways, this one was caught at a truck stop. That was the whole point of the story. Roselia, I told you about how many shiny things that I get. Drifloon I got on Father's Day last year. This one I evolved it just because I think Lopunny looks way better than Baneri. Miss Magus, this is the one that I hatched the day or like a week after I caught the shiny Misdrevious during a Community Day. This one was just a random spawn. It wasn't an event or anything. It just randomly popped up. Bonsly, I just hatched this one not too long ago, the other day. Let's see. Oh, that's weird. The egg came from Port Orange, but I hatched it in Daytona. But it does have the date of the hatch on it, so. Weavile I evolved by accident, but I caught him in the wild. There was not an event, but I had made a joke that I was going to get a shiny, and but when I checked on it, it was shiny, and I looked like I knew what I was doing, but I really didn't. Can I do him one more time? Yes, I can. There we go. Alright, so Leafeon, same thing. It was Eevee Community Day, and I was saving him for doing the name thing. Same thing with Mamoswine, same thing with Gallade. Mincina was from that event. I got 3 of them, so I evolved 1. Meltan, I believe that's the last one, but yeah, that's my last shiny. But I do have Meltan and Melmetal in both Pokemon Let's Go and Sword and Shield as shinies. I haven't done a mystery box in so long. I think I'm probably going to do one. Maybe I'll do one and record it, just see if I get a shiny Meltan. But anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell notification to keep up to date. Want to show everybody my shiny Pokedex in Pokemon Go. Maybe if I get enough likes on this video, I might show you my shiny Pokedex from pretty much Pokemon Home, because that would show you all the shinies that I have in Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Let's Go. But anyways, thank you for watching. Hit that like button, hit the bell notification, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.